The beauty for me for this type of product is to just be able to go in, and I'll show you how you take it apart. To take off the cap, take off the second cap. This is already getting difficult. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a new product for you from Urban Decay, and it is something that, let's just say, if it turns out to work as well as I hope it does, it will probably be one of my favorite beauty products, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be really disappointed. But I wanted to share it with you just the same because I think a lot of you are going to be curious about this one. It is the Urban Decay Meltdown Makeup Remover Dissolving Spray, and they just came out with a new line of makeup removers. So there's one that is like a stick that you rub on your face, there's one that's a spray, and there's one that's for your lips that will remove your lip products, which I believe is intended to help you with products that are a little bit more stay put and a little harder to take off. So today I just invested in the spray one because when I tested the other two at Sephora, they seemed to work really well. But to be honest, I'm more interested in something that's a little bit more hands-off, which is why the spray was really appealing. For me, I'm just looking for that ease of, I could just spray it on and then go find whatever it is that I want to remove it with. Whether that means I want to use a face cloth that's been moistened, if I want to use cotton, or if I just want to jump in the shower and just know that this is already kind of broken away for me. So that's what I'm looking for it to do. Now, I should also say that I don't think that this brand has made any promises that that's how you're able to use it. And as a matter of fact, when I went to Sephora to buy it when it first came out, I was a little disappointed and I almost left it behind because what it says on the bottle is to spray it onto a cotton ball and then use it to remove your makeup. And to me, I don't see the point in having a sprayer if you're going to do that, because to me that's no different than using this Lancome one, shaking it up, putting it on a cotton ball, and then putting that to your face. The beauty of this product to me is to be able to just go in here and just spray, 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 leave it for a minute, and then decide how you're going to take it off. My first impression is that I love the ease of this product. I do love that it's a spray. There is, even though it's just a silly little thing of the difference of tipping something over and spraying something, I find spraying something to just be infinitely more easy. And when I'm doing something that I really, really dislike, like taking off my makeup, anything that makes it easier is gonna be a win for me. So in that sense, this Urban Decay spray is definitely a win. I love that it is a spray, and I loved the feeling of the spray, actually. So another pro for me, aside from ease, is the fact that when you spray it on, it has a really nice and very unusual texture or feel, skin feel. And that is that when I was spraying it, it almost felt like it was just like little mists of air were just coming out and hitting your face. I honestly, like, I had my eyes closed while I was spraying it, and I honestly didn't even think that I had any of the product on my face. I felt like the pump was just pumping air, which was kind of nice when I realized that there was in fact product. My face was nicely drenched, and I'll use the word drenched, but that's not really the proper word because it wasn't dripping and going where I didn't want it to go. It was staying on my face and neck, which is where I sprayed it. And I liked the way that worked. I liked that it was very much there. I had to go in with the cotton rounds, and it definitely took makeup off, so it definitely works. But I think it didn't break it down the way something like a Clinique, let me see if I have it here, something like this Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. This you're gonna go in with your fingers. This is one of those ones where I told you that sometimes I'm just not in the mood to deal with this, but this stuff also works. I can also vouch for this along with the Lancome. These are two that if you don't know them, you should. They're great products. They will take your makeup off. But the Clinique, unlike this, which is what I was trying to avoid with the spray, you have to get in there with your hands, and then you have to get something that takes it off. Now, again, if you're taking your makeup off in the shower, or you're really sudsing up in the sink, or you have a really good cleanser, you could probably just go from the Clinique straight into your cleanser. I don't ever do that. I always like to make sure that the makeup's gone. I kind of want to see it on a cotton round or on a makeup remover wipe or on a washcloth. I want to see it because I know the way my skin handles makeup, which I think is probably similar to a lot of yours, which is a lot of that makeup is in your skin. So it's not just sitting on top, it's in your skin. In fact, I would say that there's 3 layers of makeup that I have to take care of. It's the makeup that goes into your pores that really needs to get, you really need to get in there, and that's why I love face brushes and the contact sponges and all that stuff that really helps you kind of get in there and get that extra little bit. The second layer is the layer of makeup that you kind of expect to be there, which is the layer of makeup that's on your skin. And then there's the third level of makeup, and that's why I want to give this Urban Decay a second try, because the third layer of makeup is sort of the makeup that sits on top of your makeup. So in other words, if I have my lotion and my primers, my foundation, I imagine that most of that's kind of in my skin, and then some of that foundation stays on top of my skin. And then when I put my powders and my eyeshadows and my blushes and my bronzers and all of those other sort of topper makeups, I assume that that's the layer of makeup that's on top of that layer. So that's like the third layer. And what I did with this Urban Decay, and why I want to give it a second chance, and why I want to do a follow-up video, is I just sprayed it straight on top of that third layer of makeup, and I wanted it to break down everything, because when I review this for you, I want to be able to, if I say to you, this is great and you should absolutely buy it, I want to mean this is great, you should absolutely buy it, because it breaks through at least 2.5 layers of those makeup. Again, I don't believe anything will ever break through those 3. I think you need to wash your face, and you need to use some sort of tool, or be a little bit more thorough with your fingers if that's what your tool is. I want to be able to say that, and so I just went straight in when I used it over those 3 layers of makeup. Okay, so I wasn't actually planning on doing this on camera, but I decided to do a removal with that little thing that I talked about, where I'm going to take off the top layer of all the powders and blushes just to see if it works, because I just feel like I just want to know if it'll do it or not, and I haven't really given it a chance that way. So I'm going to start with a couple of Kleenex that I have. This is like a really gentle, soft Kleenex, so I feel like it should be able to take off some makeup without being too harsh on my skin, where I'm not pulling or dragging. So I still definitely have makeup on. In fact, when I look in the mirror, I just look like I have light makeup on, and because plus my eye makeup and everything is still there. Now I'm going to spray, and again, I would recommend putting on a headband. So I put my headband on, and ready? God, it's so funny. Okay, so I love the way it feels. I love that mist. It feels like air. You feel like maybe there's like powder going on, but you don't feel like there's anything other than that. And I'm looking at my skin off camera, and I can see, and hopefully you can tell too, that there's like a little bit of glistening. That's what the makeup remover product is, all over my face. And I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna be really kind to them, and I'm gonna do a little extra on my eyes, because eyes always need extra. And now you'll see, you can actually tell when I went in closer, that's when it got drippy. Remember how earlier I said that it puts a nice even mist and doesn't feel like it's dripping? When I got really, really close, I can feel around my eyes that it's a little drippy. It's really bothering my eyes. And I still have that tissue, but I also wet a nice washcloth to take the makeup off, because I just want to be done with this business. I'm going to gently tissue off my eye makeup, and I can tell that I still have all my eye makeup on, and I've already wiped away all of the product, and since it's not oily, there's really nothing left for me to play with or work with. So that's that. And then I'm taking the makeup off. And I will say that I usually do use a cotton round, but I don't have any left. And so I'm using that. So I'm toweling it off. And now I'm going to use a wet washcloth. So here I am after taking the makeup off. And I have to say, when I gave it a little extra help, I have to say it worked pretty well. It's actually ended up being a good product. But again, I was looking for it to melt my makeup away, and it didn't melt my makeup away. It removed my makeup. I took off the top 2 layers. I sprayed and then I put extra spray in my eyes, and it worked. It's like what I've said all along. It's a good product. You can definitely buy it, you can definitely use it, and it will definitely work. But I still don't see it as a meltdown product. I see it as a makeup remover. I see it as a convenient makeup remover. I don't see it as a meltdown product. For me, the biggest pro is that there's a spray. For me, the biggest con is that it costs $26. If it did what it did with the work that I put into it for $5, like if this was an e.l.f. makeup remover spray and it did the exact same thing, I would be telling you to run and buy it, because for $5, the convenience is worth it and the little extra elbow grease is worth it. But for me, $26, when you're spending that extra 10, 15, $20 on a product, it should do something extra. It should do a lot extra. And to me, this wasn't extra. This is just it's a good makeup remover. It did a good job, but I had to do a lot to make it work. And again, I still don't think meltdown is proper. It didn't melt it down. So that's my feeling. And because of that, I don't highly rate this particular product from Urban Decay. As a side note, I will say that when I played with the Urban Decay stick, and it almost looks like a deodorant, and you roll it up, and I remember it being sort of somewhere in that brown gray family of colors. When I played with that, I had some lip liners that I had tested on my hands, and I rubbed the stick right over it, and then I kind of wiped it off. I thought that worked really well, and to be honest, as much as I love the idea of the spray, I regret not getting that product, because that's kind of hands-on, because you're touching it to your face and you're kind of working with your hands, but you're not getting the product on your hand, which is what I don't like. And I regret not getting that, because I think that would actually be a much better product from Urban Decay for the melting your makeup down. That felt like it really was getting in there and melting. So that's something that maybe next time, if I'm gonna give this Meltdown makeup remover line from Urban Decay another chance, I think I'm going to go for that instead of the spray. Thank you for joining me today for my first impression of the new Urban Decay Spray Makeup Remover. I enjoyed spending time with you, and I hope you'll join me again. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more coming, especially in the month of May. I'm going to be posting more than once a week. In fact, I'm going to be posting a lot. So you're going to definitely be seeing those foodie videos that I've been talking about, as well as a lot more beauty videos. So I look forward to spending time with you, and I hope you'll come back. I will see you soon. Take care.